All right, what's good, world? Welcome back to Talking That Talk, official podcast. I'm your co-host, King Exodus, aka X.
What's going on, world? It's your boy Juice, aka The Ordinary Brother, aka Rising Pharaoh, aka Juice Exodus for the night. Tank Top Brothers, baby! Hey! Go ahead.
I'm gonna give him his bottle of oil.
I need my bottle of oil, man. Look.
Gotta initiate.
Gotta initiate, you know what I'm saying? I'm back into the fitness, the body coming out again, you know.
Right.
I'm feeling extravagant, you know?
Right.
Just need some detox. You know, one on detox Monday. Let's go ahead and jump into the subject, man. What we doing here? Man? This is what you want to talk about.
So this is gonna be a little different, but I know a lot of people that's going through different situations, but they all kind of go back to a similar meeting point. Tonight we're gonna talk about serving others while still putting yourself first. Okay, so I'm not gonna connect them at this particular moment, opening out.
Okay.
We're gonna start off with just the value of serving other people.
Okay.
Alright, so you have any particular person, right, that is successful, they manage to get to that particular point by having other people accessible. You know what I'm saying? So in the process of adding value to other people, you also receive value at the same time from other people.
Correct.
So, you know what I'm saying? I tell my daughter all the time, no one will become a millionaire ever if they didn't understand the importance of being valuable to society. You still need people to see you as a valuable resource. Now, I think the downfall of being quote unquote valuable and serving other people is a lot of people try to put limitations on how to serve others. You know what I'm saying? Finances is not the only way to serve people.
Okay.
You can serve people and do it in a quote unquote way that they don't necessarily agree with. Then that's when you have honesty, that honest truth that may be uncomfortable at times, but that's what may be necessary for people to grow. So serving other people is not always going to be glamorized. You know what I'm saying? We got a guy go by the name of Kevin Samuels. He's serving his community.
Correct.
But if people don't agree with the way that he's acting in his way of service, then they don't feel like he's serving the community, even though he's making effective actions towards the community. So serving other people can go a many different, there's various ways to serve other people. I wanted to zone in on that area first, but I would say like, it's double standards to everything. I feel like, you know what I'm saying, as I said before, a man is only valuable when he is a resource to people that depend on him. You feel me? Like, in order for men to have a high source of value, people have to be able to depend on them for different things, whether it's protection, finances, leadership, guidance, whatever the case be. A lot of women carry those roles as well, so it's not exclusive to men, but I do believe that the onus of providing these kind of things are more so in demand from men. You know what I'm saying? That's my personal opinion. But just whatever you got on serving other people, whether you want to take it to double standards and men, women, whatever you got on serving other people.
What he had stated earlier, there is different many ways you can serve people, right? You serve people, you can serve people through just conversation alone. Listening to other people, it's just so many different ways. I feel like only time serving people can go bad is if you're overdoing it and not giving time to yourself. You know, other than that, serving people will get you a long way, right? I feel like people actually look the opposite way when it comes to serving people, right? It can get you in so many different doors, so many opportunities, the small things, right? Today, I'm working. I'm just doing my natural employee job. Was able to make a tip on the side. I was like, I've been doing this for I don't know how many long, and since I got here. But sometimes people want to be generous to you and listen to your story because you're willing to listen to their story as well. Mm-hmm. So That's the power of listening, right? I mean, like sometimes you can. I don't know if you ever just been in a moment where you kind of like breeze through a situation, and you just try to make a quick conversation with somebody, and that conversation ended up going longer than expected. But you're not even necessarily doing the talking. You could have been just like, "Hey, how are you doing?" And they're like, "Man, I'm not doing so good. You know, some things going on with the family, but I'm trying to make it. I'm trying to get there through it." And you just might say like, "Hey, look, you might give him a quote or some word of advice," and then he telling your life story, his life story in the next 3 minutes, but he's locked in, and all you doing is like, I have moments like that in my head. I'm like, man, I'm ready to move. I'm ready to go, and that person be like, "Thank you." So you can serve people in many different ways. And what was the other part that you had said?
I was just saying, personally, I feel like the more value a man has would depend on his level of
service.
The people that That,
Your value as a man is the level of service. I mean, sure, a king can't rule one people, so a president can't rule 10 people. I mean, so you're getting the point, because even that influence is so small, you really don't know how effective it is. So for every 100 people you help out, there's gonna be another 100 people that don't like you. And the crazy thing about serving people is you could be going out there to do a positive thing, but if somebody's looking at it on a basis like, man, he's outdoing me, it turns to something negative in their mind. It's crazy type of scenarios like that when it comes to bettering yourself as a man or as a woman, how you go out there and conduct yourself, how powerful it is.
Yeah, and another area of service, man, that a lot of people feel like the higher up you are, let's say like at a job, for instance.
Okay.
You have entrepreneurs on TV, millionaires who run, amazing companies. They get on TV and they say, "I wouldn't be shit without my staff." You know what I'm saying? So I appreciate my people. I take care of them. I do this, I do that. Meanwhile, you got a supervisor somewhere that could give two fucks about one employee that's in that building. But just because they wear that supervisor title, they don't feel as if they have to serve the people that's under them. You feel me? They only want people to perform for them, but they don't feel as though they have to perform for the people that's underneath them. So even in service, even if you don't own a company or own a brand, whatever, your rank and position does not exclude you from the act of service as well. Some people only want to be served, but when it comes time for them to serve, they got a whole different demeanor towards the situation.
Definitely.
You know what I'm saying? And not just even in the work world. Some people do it in relationships.
I was about to say that relationships.
Friendships, whether it's intimate relationships, whatever the case be. A lot of people will watch people have a high level of responsibility or service towards them. But a lot of times when people, just ask people, "Hey, can you share the load or pick up something here?" You know what I'm saying? Some people get so accustomed to being served by certain individuals, when that person just simply asks them, "Hey, can you just do a little bit for me?" They flip the fuck out. Because some people get spoiled because you serve them so well. You feel me? So you have to be careful how you serve and who you serve, because a lot of people get accustomed to getting those actions from you. That's why they say sometimes you will never get to know a person until you tell them the word no.
Oh man, look, I got a back door real quick. I told y'all before, I'm a man with standards, boundaries, requirements. I say yes, I say no. Do you like money being spent on you? I like that as well. So going back to what he said was, I don't know if I said this in the podcast yet, but I've been saying this for quite some time. I said, it's amazing to me, right? A woman will say, "Hey, you can't tell me what to do. You're not my boyfriend." Cool. You get a boyfriend. "Hey, you can't tell me what to do. You don't pay my bills." Cool. You get a person to pay your bills.
"Well, you ain't my husband."
"Hey, you can't tell me to do this and that. You're not my husband." Cool. The minute a man has done all that and he asks, "Hey honey, could you do what I asked you to do?" I'm not letting no man control me.
Yeah, that's
Yo, son, look.
Straight up.
Yo, son, I get looked at as a bad guy so much because I come with like common sense, right? I was like, I'll be damned if I provide and a woman cannot cooperate with me. I was like, this is my theory. If I ever decide to meet with a woman like that, I believe every time she wants to have some type of confrontation, I'm just gonna slide her a bill here. That's for you. That's you for the month. It keeps going here. That's you again for the month. I'm cool with electricity and Wi-Fi. I'll be in my motherfucking car. Hey, look, blood. Hey, that's what I'm saying, bro. Like, that's the thing, and it's amazing. Like, do y'all understand that type of service? A person, you know, women have done it too. Because I said I don't date women who dated bums. You know, someone who has over provided for their man, and never had to return. But I would be down to go through all those scenarios, and reciprocity doesn't exist in their mind. And you've been manipulated from jump. You did everything that they said, and they turned around and told you, I ain't trying to be controlled. That's why one of my biggest things, like if I, you know, whenever I talk with a woman, I ask, what's something you like and appreciate? I'll do it for them. The minute I realize and I appreciate it, I never do it again. Because they're just telling you, just to tell you. People that really appreciate it will never not be thankful for it.
Right. I mean, this is a good one. And another point on that is, for a lot of people that have a very giving heart, some people really get, you know what I'm saying, a high from serving other people, making other people happy, putting smiles on people's faces. Certain endorphins get released in the brain, and they get a high from that, oxytocins. However, you have some people that reach a certain level of maturity where they understand, hey, I'm just a different breed. I understand that I may not cross people that will particularly have that level of service that I have, and they'll still continue to serve people and just be perfectly fine with the fact that they may never receive the energy that they're putting out there. But I do see those people get appreciated in different ways by a lot of people, even if they can't serve them the way that they're being served.
Okay.
Then you have people that get so used to serving people and they never get that energy back that they become cold-hearted. So now the people that actually deserve their service, that could actually reciprocate, they don't even give them a chance because they're traumatized by the fact of never having a reciprocity in the service. So you have people that can be mature, serve, and just understand that sometimes I may not get back what I put out, but I'm comfortable with the fact that I still can reach people and affect them. And then you got some people that's like, fuck everybody. You know what I'm saying? It's me. You know what I'm saying? So that's kind of crossing into the conversation where I go into like still putting yourself first. Like everybody has their breaking points. The nicest person in the world can fold just from being too nice. You know what I'm saying? It happens. Crack. Yeah, it happens. You feel me? So whether it be parenting or whatever kind of relationship, a lot of times people that serve so much and never get nothing back, they crack. So you still have to find ways to put yourself first. I'm gonna keep it positive before I go toxic. So in a positive way, if you're just overwhelmed with serving so many people and so many things in your life, start off with giving yourself at least 30 minutes a day to yourself to just do something that you enjoy. Still do things for yourself. I hear a lot of people have conversations and they whole conversation is what they're doing for everybody else and how much money they gave this person, and they think that they sound smart, but I'm like, you sound like a dumbass. Because I know this is not coming from the heart. You think this is giving you an image of an angel or a good person or somebody that's in service. When at the same time I know you're miserable on the inside because you can't tell me shit about yourself that you did anything for yourself.
Right.
So a lot of people will go out there in that world, serve everybody else, and then go home, and the people that need that service the most, you're burnt out. You can't serve your family because you serve everybody else. I want you to keep going.
I just wanted to make a little shout out to the people, them friends and family members that will actually pick up the phone for them, tell them, hey, look, you need to call them back tomorrow. Hey, they're going to be busy today. Basically,
right.
Since you're so nice, you don't know how to say no. So that's why those people step in. Shout out to those people that do that. And also, as he was saying, like I said, I still want you to go in. What he said about like, hey, you realize what kind of person you are, what you put in that you might not never receive. My simple quote I tell people, I was like, look, be good to me, I'll be great to you. Because good is just a stepping stone. So you give me just the simple things like that, I promise you, I'll be the best thing for you.
Yeah. Right.
Or your friend, whatever. Go ahead.
But yeah, you know what I'm saying? A lot of people get burned out giving their energy into places that they shouldn't be putting their energy in there. When it comes time to actually have it for the right people, you don't have it no more. So that's why you have a lot of great people in the world whose family really don't fuck with them. Or, you know what I'm saying? Like, I come from, on my mom's side, a line of family members that was heavily involved with ministry. You feel me? But that side of the family still suffered from drug addictions rapidly. So it's like, how can a family that's involved in ministry, that's descending from people, you know what I'm saying, in high positions of serving God, well, how did they get this problem? You know what I'm saying? So it's a lot of times the people that you see on the TV screens, the whole world could love them, but their family and household could not respect them. And that's probably because their act of service is maybe too broad and they don't have enough for where they need the energy. Who knows? But that is a problem. You always want to serve your house first. You want to serve the people that's closest to you first. Especially if those were the people that were there with you when you didn't have a particular status or success. So that's all I got on that.
Awesome. That's my response to all that. But as you were saying, like when it comes to serving others, some of y'all forget what y'all want in life, right? Sometimes I get so caught up. This is another thing, right? This is the entrapment of serving. Some of y'all will serve certain people, jobs, friends and family members, and forget the other objectives that you came to get done while serving them, right? So, meaning you'll be so focused on appealing and pleasing and forget to be productive in a manner that you first win, right? I don't know if some people have the mind mentality, you know, when they get employed, hey, you know, my goal is to get to CEO position, C-class executive, or a supervisor, right? So you allow yourself to be under somebody's wing for so long that you forget you were supposed to break off at one point in time. You get consumed by it. So you got to be careful when serving others that you don't forget your purpose for what you was doing initially. If you ever forget, your initial purpose, you're just serving randomly, right? Imagine if my goal was
serving randomly.
Imagine, like, let's just say my goal was to serve 100 people at let's just say, random, like 100 birds, bro. Let's just say I serve 100 birds. I'm trying to feed all the birds, right? I do that within an hour, but more birds start coming. I was like, you know what? I gotta feed them too. Hey, look, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? More birds come, like, oh man, I gotta feed them too. You there for 3 hours now, right? And then you like, shit, I'm out of bread. And, that one bird come up like, yo, well, where's it at? You gotta go buy some more bread and throw it at the bird. Like, don't ever get too consumed of serving. Know your purpose while you was there, and then get the fuck out.
Man, that's great. And that's powerful as well, because
I made that up, man. I feel excited.
Whoever you serving, you got to keep in mind that if you the main resource and you burn out and you run on E, then who else is gonna serve? You feel me? Like, a lot of people burn themselves out because, like Juice was saying, they don't remember why they came into that active service. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't get over consumed with results and pressure and stress. It took me a long time to be able to say, hey, you know what? Fuck it. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people can't sleep. They can't focus if they feel like they didn't serve a particular person a way that they should have.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I know a lot of men that can chase poom poom all day, but be too tired, too worn out, too whatever to text their daughter, how was their day?
Yeah.
You feel me? You not ask a million women how was their day, but you never asked your daughter. Same thing with women. So many women can chase men, and then their children or sons or whatever get the least energy from them. So going back to what you were saying, you just have to keep in mind your goals and know when you hit them. Overtraining, overdoing anything can have its negative results. You never want to burn out. That's the whole concept. If you're gonna be this huge person that's serving everybody, you still gotta rest and recuperate. It took, like I said, it took me a long time to realize, hey, you need to start doing a lot of shit for yourself. You need to allow your body to rest. A lot of people don't value rest. They wear their self out because they too busy serving everybody. You know what I'm saying? Resting, recuperating, meditating, whatever you have to do to unplug yourself from, you know what I'm saying, your reality of life. Give yourself that time. You owe yourself that. You know what I'm saying? And I think a negative part of the conversation is some people, like Juice was saying, if you never have a goal as to why you're helping certain people, sometimes if you pull back from that act of service, a lot of people go for the guilt behind it, you know, the guilt card, you know what I'm saying? One in particular situation, I had somebody close to me, very close, called me, 5 minutes, how you doing? I ain't even finished talking, and they started telling me like what's going on and what they need. So they had like a 30-minute window to get something paid for. 30 minutes. They only gave me 30 minutes to respond. They called me at 11:30, by 12 o'clock. If I didn't come through with that money, they was gonna be in a bad spot. You know what I'm saying? So my instincts kicked in. I wanted to do it. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, the situation just didn't sound like a positive situation to attribute to. You feel me? So I got the guilt energy from it, but I chose not to accept it. Because let's be honest, when people call you and they need your service, I guarantee you they didn't fully evaluate that situation before they picked up the phone. They didn't go over the guilt and the blame that they need to put on themselves or how they got themselves into that situation. So you shouldn't feel guilty if you can't pull people out of situations that they're creating for themselves.
Definitely. That's 100% right. It's a lot of people. That's why some of the most kryptonite things any individual can do to another person is show vulnerability. Right? I'll never forget one of my family members taught one of my other family members, right? Dude was running behind, owed some people some money, right? Dude walked up on him, like, hey, what's going on with the money? What's going on with the payment? And he basically was like, yo, I apologize. I'm kind of late with the money. I got things that's going on right now. Just give me a little bit more time, man. You know how good I am, this and that. But he's actually been behind paying this dude for several months. And the dude was like, you know what? All right, I'll give you some time. He told the other family member, basically, look, sometimes you gotta play the victim. You gotta play victim and be sorry for yourself. That's the best way to get somebody to feed off your emotion to buy yourself time. He said I walked out that out that confrontation with my head down. As soon as I got out the room, I picked my chin back up. I was like, damn. I was like, that's not no class A. Yeah, I was like, God damn. I was like, hey, look, that's why when people be like, yo, I'm going through something, I got that, this and that, I be like, yo, sorry I can't help you out. All right. I remember.
Let me call you back.
Yeah, I remember one time somebody called me for a situation. They was like, yeah, man, I just need, I'm not gonna lie to y'all, I had the money. It's like $25, $35. And it was like, yeah, man, I'm calling you for it. I said, look, how many people you got on your phone? About like 100 contacts. It's like, you can go through 100 of them. I can't give you the money. But you're supposed to be this type of person to me. And you're telling me, look, I'm not helping you out. You need to go through your phone contacts and get the money. You can call 5 people, ask them for $5 a piece and get the money. You know what I'm saying? It's different ways. If you really needed it, you'll find a way. Because some of us have to say no. Like I said, I'm a brother that say yes. I'm a brother that says no. And people get too tied into one of the leech. Maybe so. I don't do that shit, bro. Even when I talk to a woman, be like, hey, look, you want to go out? And they say maybe. I said, don't worry about it. I'll take somebody else out. Literally.
Okay.
I don't do maybes. It's just yes or no. And then people are like, well, what if something's going on? Then you make that known. You don't hit them with no, I don't know, maybe. So you don't do that. Like, that's why being the man I am, so firm and it's very structured, it's discombobulated to a lot of people. It's like, what the fuck? What?
Why you just
you're not gonna, you don't want to hear me out? No, I don't want to hear you out. I don't want to hear you out. But, and that's when we say, like, serving others is toxic. Let me put it right now. I'm gonna do it for you. Since we mentioned Kevin Samuels, talk about marriage. Some of y'all like, man, if I do this, I'm gonna get that ring, I'm gonna get married, I'm gonna have that family. Them motherfuckers ain't never thought about marriage. You serving the wrong people. That's why he always says, like, well, did you make marriage an end goal? Did you require this? Did you do that? See, that's what I kind of like about. That's what I love about Kevin Samuels is he lets you know y'all don't require shit, so that's why y'all don't get shit. I'm a person that requires shit, so I get it or I don't, and I get it from another person. You can't be scared to take your talents elsewhere.
Go to South Beach.
Go to South Beach.
Get you a ring.
I come to Houston, motherfucker. You know, you can't be scared to move your talents in different places. I'll be damned to serve somebody so long and nothing happens. That's why I ain't gonna even lie, bro. That's why I really don't do too long of relationships. I mean, I'm gonna say it's not a problem, but I like steady progress. Maybe that's me. I like progress. I like enjoyment. I like a person who can add to my vision. You know what I'm saying? I gotta, you know what I'm saying? It's chaos in the world. I'm gonna come on to peace. You know what I'm saying? Have my sanctuary, my safe haven. You know, something like that. Like, could you imagine like coming home? You gotta serve a motherfucker that's like the devil or something like. I'm not saying nobody that serves. But you know what I'm saying? You gotta make sure.
Hey, whatever it takes for us to succeed.
Whatever to succeed, you know what I'm saying? Sell my soul. What?
You talking about serving the devil?
Hey, look, man, that's you. If you serving it like that's not me, but
oh shit.
But you gotta be selfish at times. Like selfless and selfish. It's very much possible, bro. Like that's why I tell, like, I brag on myself. I'm not gonna lie. Like, bro, ain't nobody gonna do the shit I do if you deserve it. Like, that's why one of my 5 love languages is act of service. I don't give a fuck what your mouth say. I be looking at people like, yo. In fact, I had to let somebody go. I was like, all you do is run your mouth. And I caught you lying too much already. But it's all about your work. You know what I'm saying? Prove who you are. Like, nobody gives a fuck. That's why when I brought up that podcast before, I was like, bro, being initiated in some of these groups I was in or a part of, bitch, you have to show something. And nobody want to hear you talk. We men.
Right.
We men. They was like, oh, yo, get this nigga out of here, bro.
All right. So one thing I wanted to add on to the conversation is a lot of people are so good at serving people that they make people around them lazy. And that's when you got to pay attention to, you know what I'm saying, the service that you provide. If it makes people around you lazy, you're doing too much. You know what I'm saying? You got to pull back from that. Some people get too caught up in serving people, they forget to observe people. You always you always have to see the effect of whatever it is that you bring into the table.
Okay.
You feel me? Like, if you give you like a very like a high school scenario. In high school, out of a group of friends, maybe one person had the car. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? And different people had different things that they probably could bring to the table. So that one group could probably got, you know what I'm saying? Somebody got money.
Somebody do where the parties and shit.
Right.
Everybody contribute.
That's a group.
That's a group.
Everybody working. You feel me? But then you got some groups that's like, you just the nigga with the car.
Yeah.
Or you just the person with the connections on this or that. And you know what I'm saying? A lot of times people are draining you of your resources that way. So if you are going to be serving people, get in a group where that shit is, you know what I'm saying, mutual. People put shit on the table. But yeah, most definitely, if you make people lazy, then that's your service is it's appreciated, but it's too greatly appreciated.
Too greatly appreciated.
A lot of what I'm seeing now is a lot of grandparents, you know what I'm saying, serve too much in their children's lives.
To where they take their parents.
Yeah, they take the role of responsibility from their child that's supposed to be the parent. You feel me? And that's a toxic way. You had maybe good intentions, but it became toxic. Like I said, I see a lot of mothers do that more so than fathers that will step in when the father don't step in. and that's completely toxic because you never allow the people around you to grow. You feel me? So if
Right.
you are the person that's serving, you're not gonna be able to serve forever. So if you're the only person that's serving, you fall down, you get old in age or whatever, your family structure is gonna crumble terribly because you only got leashes around you that's sucking and draining. Nobody know how to add. You know what I'm saying, or add value to the table. So
Right.
you can destroy your own family just by being a good person.
Or putting everything on your back. Shit.
My dad used to always tell me, son, everybody don't have your heart. You know what I'm saying? And it took me to a very long time to realize that. But yeah, if you make your family structure lazy and you become that backbone that everybody's proud to say that they are, and if you hold that title so strong and powerful and mighty, sometimes your family gonna crumble the minute you leave the door. So yeah.
Right, and I was gonna bring this up on the next subject, but I believe I can add on to it right now. The best way to get out of scenarios when you're over serving people, I'm gonna tell you right now, as crazy as it sounds, it's so simple. Reinvent yourself.
Yeah.
Reinvent yourself, right? And I'm gonna give you the best example. Look at Drake. Drake was a whole different person before he grew that beard and got them tattoos.
And then
He gave himself a new identity. I never seen later on in life when a man gets earrings. I was like, oh shit, like he literally reinvented himself later on in life. Put the earrings on and the tattoos, he's more aggressive. So even though people want to downplay it like, oh, that's still Drake, like, no, that's a whole different Drake.
That's a man.
There's a whole different Drake. Like there's power in reinventing yourself, right? I'll go ahead and tell, like, you know, before I went to college, everybody knew me as Candyman, like growing up. So before I went to college, like I started doing like the haircut styles off the movie Juice. So one day, you know, I'm in Tyler, Texas now. So I was like, hey, yo, what's up, Juice? And I was like, all right, fuck it. I'm gonna stick with that then. I allowed myself to be reinvented because now I'm in a different atmosphere. I'm like 4 hours away from Houston. I'm not really active with the same people I was with because I'm no longer keeping in contact with them as much because I'm focused on studying. So the power to reinvent yourself can give you a whole different demeanor. Like if you was nice at one point, you know, when you reinvent yourself, okay, what was going on in my last character that I need to add to this character so that doesn't happen again. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying completely go AWOL. I'm saying reinvent yourself to become a better person. People, like I said, some people get a beard, some people get tattoos, some people change their physical appearance, start getting in this shape. You can see everything change, inner and outer. Even when you approach them on the same shit, they'll tell you, hey, that's not me no more. Or they'll let you like, and then they have no choice but to respect that. Right? That's why when some people hit puberty, you know what I'm saying, then they're like, damn, you know, I remember when they don't have that same animosity as they once did when they were smaller than them. They got older, wiser, characteristics didn't develop. Like, it's power in reinventing yourself. Don't ever be afraid to do that shit.
Correct. Oh. And in the act of being responsible, only people that's really connected to you, I mean truly connected to you, those are going to be the people that can respect the transformation that you're making because it's necessary. It's necessary for you.
Right.
So they wouldn't even take it as you being aggressive. If they're responsible for themselves, they can respect the responsibility growing within another person. And you have the biggest responsibility, which is to serve yourself.
Yes.
You have to grow before you can help anybody else grow. You can't fix something in somebody else unless you fix something within yourself. And a lot of people want to take these shortcuts. Most definitely trying to correct everything within other people and not correcting things within yourself. You're trying to serve in the wrong capacity. So I would most definitely keep that in mind, that a lot of people want to be leaders and all these great people that's in these positions, but you can't take the pressure of being in that position because you haven't built yourself up to that particular value or standard the correct way. You can only be supremely valuable to people, and as you're in a high position, is if you get there mentally the correct way. Once you reach a certain level of mental capability, you become a genius at something or you become great at something, that's when people gravitate to you. people want to be like Michael Jordan. You feel me? They don't never say, I want to be like Steve Kerr. Everybody wants to be model themselves after the person that excelled at the highest level. So when you listen to a lot of these people interviews, they're telling you how they mastered their flaws, so they're mastering themselves.
Mm-hmm.
So that's still serving yourself because you're making yourself better. But if you're so busy with trying to be a charity worker to the entire world, you're going to miss the most important thing, which is building your own value up and learning lessons and making yourself better.
Mm-hmm.
So that's all I got on that, man.
All right, well, sure, man. I mean, I feel like we did a good job, man. I don't know if anything else you might want to bring to the table and talk about. But, no, I'm good. Good. You did
pretty good, Alex.
You did a good job, man, you know. I made some money with you. You know, I thought I had to fire you the other day, but, you know.
I'm going to need an accountant, man. Start accounting.
I don't even start bouncing.
But I appreciate y'all, man. That's Talking That Talk official podcast. Make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel.
Subscribe.
Follow IG. Yeah, do all that.
I'll fire you. I'm about to fire everybody. I don't even work for you. But yeah, like, comment, subscribe to the channel, and give us your thoughts on it. And we'll be back with another one as we give you that more quality content. Peace.
All right.